What's up, Plant Junkies? Jody here for another plant video from plantjunkiecreations.com. Today marks the 5th month since I've taken this propagation for my Philodendron Tortum. I'm going to be showing you month-to-month footage of her progress, and then I'm going to show you live footage of how much she's grown. I know it's been a while since I've done an update, but I was waiting for this mother plant to put out a new leaf, and she's done just that, and I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Also, if you guys are interested and love the Philodendron Tortum, this propagation I've done that's 5 months old is available at my plant shop at plantjunkiecreations.com, so go check that out. So I have a video of me originally taking this propagation from this mother plant 5 months ago. I will attach a link for you guys so you can see just that. And then I did a 2-month update on the progress of both of these plants. I'll attach a link there too so you can stay tuned if you're not already caught up. Okay guys, if you have been keeping up on the updates, you will know that since I've taken this propagation that she has put off 3 new growth points. One of those new growth points is this pink leaf, and this is what I wanted to show you that is unique for this plant is the pink leaf, and she's in the process of unfurling, and they just look kind of whack, but it's also very beautiful. It's similar to like how ferns unfurl, and she won't stay pink. Eventually she'll turn green just like the other leaves here. But following this leaf is this pink situation. I think it's going to be another leaf and just kind of grow up into the stem as philodendrons do. She's also has developed a bunch of roots that are starting to pop out. So if I wanted to, I could actually cut this like right here and sit this in a chunky mix to propagate. The other 2 growth points are growing slowly. I'm trying to find a better view for you. And one of them is right there. Hasn't done a whole lot. And then the other one is right here. She looks like she's about to start taking off. Right there. And then I'm not sure what that is. I think that's a root developing, an aerial root. So when you take a propagation from a plant, it actually forces it to produce new leaves. And here's that propagation. This is 5 months old. She's put out 3 new leaves, and this one being the newest one. She's unfurling and looks a little whack, but you can take a look. And then she's also got that pink coming out too. I also thought I'd go over the care take. The light requirement for this philodendron can tolerate medium to bright indirect light, but thrives best in that bright indirect light. The water requirement for this plant, like I always say, it just depends on what type of pot you're using and what size. For this 4-inch plastic pot, I water on a 7 to 10 day cycle. For this larger 8-inch pot, as well as being longer, I water on a 14 to 17 day cycle. The Philodendron Tortum does not like being overwatered and is somewhat drought tolerant. And a helpful tip for you guys is water your plant when it's about halfway dry, halfway to 3/4. And what you can do is you can estimate where your soil line is, stick your finger, estimate that half point. If you feel moisture at the tip of your finger, do not water. Hold out a couple days and do that again. And when it finally feels dry, give it a thorough watering. The soil requirement for this plant really enjoys a well-draining epiphytic wood-based mix. For my larger philodendrons, I tend to make a more dense batch by adding Fox Farm Happy Frog soil. I also add coconut husk, perlite, charcoal, and in this batch I add sphagnum peat moss, but I don't recommend doing that. I've kind of pulled back on doing that because I've noticed with my other philodendrons, the sphagnum peat moss, which looks like this, in a more dense soil, it tends to stay more moist. And you want that well-draining mix. And to help with that is by adding perlite or charcoal to your mix. Make sure you have a third of your soil composition to be perlite or charcoal. The fertilizer requirement for this plant, you typically want to fertilize 2 times a month during the growing season. So when you start seeing new leaves develop, that's a great time to fertilize. And what I like to use, I rotate between, and there's a lot of options here, and I just want to share it with you guys so you can purchase if you're interested. But what I notice with these large green leaves, that they really benefit from these fertilizers. The first one being liquid iron and CalMag. I also like using hydrolyzed fish and seaweed fertilizer from Neptune Harvest. This gives it a really good nutrient boost. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to click on that like button. Also, if you're interested in plant care content, click on that icon to subscribe to my channel.